Are you feeling a little flat? Like your internal battery is blinking red and you're running on fumes? Don't worry, we've got the recharge you've been craving. Stay with us.
Please hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. You won't want to miss what's coming next. Check the description for trusted sponsors and ways to support the show. Hey Vince, feeling all recharged and ready to go this week?
Hayes, if I'm being completely honest, I'm running on a potent cocktail of 2 cups of coffee and the sheer terror of what my inbox looks like after a long weekend. So, not exactly recharged in the traditional sense, but the caffeine is doing its best impression.
Oh, you and your caffeine. That's exactly why we're talking about this though. You know that feeling when you come back from a 3-day weekend and you're somehow more exhausted than you were on Friday? We're trying to prevent that. The whole point is to come back feeling restored, not like you need another weekend just to recover from the last one.
I hear that. It's like you have all these grand plans to conquer the world, or at least your to-do list, and by Sunday evening you've just watched a lot of television and eaten a lot.
And that's okay too. That can be a form of rest, but there are so many different kinds of rest, and I think we often forget that. It's not just about sleeping in until noon, although that is a beautiful, beautiful thing.
It really is. I feel like I'm a professional sleeper on long weekends. It's a hobby.
Well, it's a necessary one. The document we're looking at today says that rest isn't a luxury, it's essential. Our bodies need it to balance stress hormones, repair themselves, boost immunity, and restore energy. So, for all you chronic overachievers out there, consider resting your new full-time job.
Sign me up. I'll put it on my resume. Expert in horizontal pursuits. But seriously, it's a global thing, apparently. The data says more than 1 in 3 adults feel always or often under extreme pressure. That's a lot of us.
It really is. And we're so caught up in the hustle culture that we feel guilty for taking a break. But your body is literally telling you to rest by giving you that feeling of being stressed and overwhelmed. It's a signal. We just have to learn to listen to it.
So let's dive into some of the best ways to actually use a long weekend to recharge. The first one is a classic for a reason. Unplug, turn off the notifications, put the phone in a different room, and just disconnect. This is my biggest struggle. My phone is basically a part of my hand. I have this irrational fear that if I don't check my email for 3 days, the entire world will fall apart. Spoiler alert, it won't.
It won't, Vince. And honestly, the world will still be there on Tuesday morning. Maybe even a little better because you'll be a more rested version of yourself. The point isn't to abandon technology forever, just for a little while. The document calls it a digital detox.
A detox I desperately need. I feel like my brain is just a constant stream of notifications and alerts. It's a little like living inside a pinball machine.
Exactly. And a long weekend is the perfect, low-stakes time to try it out. You're not missing a crucial work meeting. You're just giving your brain a break from the constant stimulation. Think of it as hitting the reset button on your mental pinball machine.
I like that. Hit the reset button. I'm going to try it. I'll just maybe put my phone on silent and leave it charging in the kitchen, or maybe I'll bury it in the backyard.
Let's not get too drastic. Just putting it out of sight is a good first step. It also opens up time for the next point, which is to get your body moving. And no, this doesn't mean you have to run a marathon.
Phew. I was about to go lie down and take a pre-marathon nap.
A brisk walk, a bike ride, or even just some stretching in the morning can work wonders. The document says that exercise is a powerful mood booster and can help improve sleep.
Which is ironic, right? You're using up energy to get more energy. It feels counterintuitive, but it works. When I go for a walk in the morning on a day off, I always feel so much more clear-headed afterward.
It's all about that mind-body connection. You're not just moving your body, you're also giving your mind a chance to wander and de-stress. I love the idea of a conscious walk where you actually pay attention to the trees and the birds instead of just trying to get somewhere.
Right? Like a walking meditation, it's a great way to be present. I also saw something in the doc about trying a new activity. I've always wanted to try paddleboarding, but I'm pretty sure I'd spend the entire time in the water.
You and me both. But the point is to do something fun and engaging, something that uses a different part of your brain than your day job does. It could be painting, learning to play a song on the guitar, or even just baking a new recipe. The novelty of it is what's important. It creates new pathways in your brain and keeps things interesting.
I could try to make a cake that doesn't end up looking like a science experiment gone wrong. That would be a new activity, and a challenging one.
I believe in you. And speaking of challenges, how about we talk about number 3, prioritize connection. We get so caught up in our own heads that we forget to spend quality time with the people who matter most.
That's a big one. It's so easy to just veg out on the couch and not really talk to anyone. But that's not recharging. That's just vegging.
Exactly. The document suggests things like having a meal with family or friends without your phones at the table, or reaching out to an old friend you haven't talked to in a while. Real human connection is a powerful tool for a healthy mind.
It's like filling up your social tank. You don't realize how empty it is until you start to feel a little lonely or disconnected. I should probably call my mom. She's been asking for a while.
You should. She'd love that. Now, let's talk about a big one. Get creative. This is where you can really let your mind run free without the pressure of a deadline or a specific outcome.
You mean like finger painting? Because I am all about finger painting.
If that's what makes you happy, go for it. But it could also be journaling, writing a short story, or even just doodling. The point is to do something for the sheer joy of it. The document mentions that getting creative can help reduce stress and improve your mood.
I've been meaning to get back into writing. I used to write short stories all the time in high school, but then life happened. I guess a long weekend is the perfect time to dust off the old notebook.
It is. No pressure. No one has to see it. It's just for you. Another thing that's great for the mind is learning something new. It's like a workout for your brain.
I'm all for that. What's the suggestion here? Learning to juggle because I can't even hold 2 things at once without dropping them.
It's a little less acrobatic. The document mentions visiting a museum or a monument you've always wanted to see, or taking an impromptu road trip to a nearby town you've never visited. The key is to be a tourist in your own life.
I love that idea. We get so used to our daily routine that we forget there's a whole world right outside our front door. A road trip sounds fun, a little spontaneous adventure.
Right? And it doesn't have to be a big thing. It could just be exploring a new neighborhood or a new park. It's about changing up your scenery and your perspective. And that leads us to a really important one. Do nothing.
Ah, my specialty.
But I mean intentionally do nothing, not just scrolling on your phone, but literally sitting still and being quiet. The document suggests finding a cozy spot and just daydreaming or listening to music.
It's amazing how hard that is, isn't it? We're so conditioned to be constantly busy and productive that sitting still feels wrong.
I know, but it's so important. It's a different kind of rest. It allows your brain to declutter and just be. It's a mental reset button, and it pairs perfectly with our next point. Practice mindfulness.
Mindfulness. That's a term you hear a lot. What does it actually mean in this context?
It's about being present in the moment. The article suggests things like conscious breathing or even a conscious walk. It's about paying attention to your senses and the world around you rather than letting your mind race to the next thing on your to-do list.
So, like, when I'm eating, I should actually taste the food, not just shove it in my face while checking my emails.
Precisely. It's about savoring the small moments. The warmth of your coffee cup, the sound of the birds outside, the feel of the sun on your skin. These little moments of presence can have a huge impact on your overall well-being.
I'm going to try to be more mindful of my snacks. This could be a game changer.
Absolutely. Now, let's move on to the next one. Do a digital detox. We touched on this earlier, but it's so important it deserves its own point. You know that feeling when you're watching a movie and you're also scrolling through social media at the same time? You're not really doing either thing well.
That's my life. I am a professional half-watcher, half-scroller.
Well, a long weekend is the perfect time to break that habit. Put your phone away and just enjoy the moment, whether it's a movie or a conversation with a friend. Give yourself a chance to be fully present. Your brain will thank you.
Okay, I'm sold. Digital detox, check. Now, what's next?
How about some self-care? And I don't just mean a bubble bath, although that's always a good idea. The document talks about a deeper kind of self-care. It's about taking care of your body and mind in a way that feels nourishing.
So, not just putting on a face mask, but really listening to what your body needs?
Exactly. It could be taking a long nap, cooking a healthy meal, or just sitting in silence with a cup of tea. It's about honoring your body's needs without judgment.
I feel like I need to schedule a self-care session with myself. Put it on the calendar. Vince, self-care. Do not disturb.
You should. It's just as important as a work meeting, maybe even more so. And finally, let's talk about a big one. Spend time in nature.
Ah, nature. I feel like I only get to see nature when I'm on my way to get a bagel.
Same. But the document says that spending time in nature can boost health and well-being, reduce anxiety, and recharge your mind. So, it's not just a nice to do, it's a need to do.
I can believe that. There's something about being surrounded by trees and hearing the birds that just makes everything feel a little calmer.
It really does. The document suggests a conscious walk in the woods, where you're not just trying to get somewhere, but you're actually observing the plants and the wildlife around you.
I'm picturing myself in a little safari hat, binoculars, and a big backpack.
Maybe just start with a walk in a park. The point is to reconnect with the natural world. It can be incredibly grounding. It's like a reset button for your soul.
I love that. A reset button for the soul. I think that's what we're all looking for. A little bit of peace, a little bit of calm, and a lot less of the stress that feels like it's following us around.
I couldn't agree more. And we've talked so much about recharging and repairing. As we age, our bodies need a little help to do that. Cells are the basic building blocks of our bodies, and as we get older, our cells, and especially our stem cells, can get a little tired. They don't have the same ability to renew and repair our tissues. You might notice things like less energy, slower recovery after a workout, or just a general feeling of not being as vibrant as you once were. It's a common problem that so many people face, but we don't often talk about how to solve it. Are you tired of feeling tired? Do you wish you had the energy and vitality you had in your younger years? That feeling of boundless energy that allowed you to bounce back from anything?
As Hayes was just saying, our cells are the foundation of our health, and as we age, their ability to regenerate slows down. This can lead to a host of problems, from a nagging ache to a general feeling of fatigue. But what if you could support your body's natural process of renewal?
Stem Active is a premium stem cell supplement. Stem Active is formulated to support your body's natural release of stem cells from the bone marrow, allowing them to travel to your organs and tissues to promote repair and renewal. The proprietary blend of all natural ingredients, including Tibetan sea buckthorn and Madagascan aloe macroclada, works together to help you feel more vibrant, energetic, and resilient. With Stem Active, you're not just treating a symptom. You're supporting the very foundation of your health.
Ready to feel the difference? Scan the QR code on your screen right now or click the link in the description. And because they are so confident in their product, they offer a money-back guarantee, so there's absolutely no risk to give it a try. Get Stem Active today and start your journey to a healthier, more vibrant you.
Well, that was a fantastic segue, Vince. You're a pro.
I try. I think it's just because I really relate to the whole feeling tired thing. But it's true, we focus so much on the mental and emotional recharge, but the physical part is just as important. The body and mind are connected, right?
Absolutely. You can't have one without the other. And our conversation about all these different types of rest and recharge, it's really about taking a holistic approach to our wellness. It's not just about what you do, but what you don't do.
Right? Like not compulsively checking my work email. I'm going to put a sticky note on my phone that says, "Don't do it, Vince. Just don't."
I like that. And maybe one that says, "Go for a walk, you crazy person."
Exactly. We all need a little nudge sometimes. I think the key takeaway from all of this is that long weekends are a gift. They're not just a bonus 2 days off. They're an opportunity to hit pause, reflect, and come back to our lives with renewed energy and a fresh perspective.
And it doesn't have to be some grand, expensive vacation. It can be as simple as a new board game with the family or an afternoon spent reading a book you've been putting off. The small things really do matter.
They do. It's all about being intentional with your time. Instead of letting the weekend happen to you, you make it happen, you decide what kind of rest you need, and you go after it.
I'm ready. I'm going to start planning my next long weekend right now. My plan involves a lot of intentional napping and a deep dive into the art of making a cake that looks like a cake.
I'll be here for moral support, and maybe a slice of that cake, if it turns out.
Deal. So, for all our listeners out there, what are you going to do to recharge this weekend? What's your one big takeaway from our conversation?
I'm hoping it's a renewed appreciation for the power of rest. We live in a world that celebrates being busy, but sometimes the most productive thing you can do is nothing at all.
Couldn't have said it better myself. It's a game changer, and it's a lesson that we all need to learn over and over again. Well, this has been an absolutely fantastic conversation, Vince. I feel like I'm leaving with a whole new toolkit for approaching my next long weekend.
Me too, Hayes. I'm already feeling a little less stressed just talking about it. The power of a good chat, right?
That it is. So until next time, stay well, stay curious, and find a little bit of magic in the quiet moments. Thanks for tuning in to the Wellness Lab Digest. And if this episode inspired you, here are 3 quick ways to support the show. 1, subscribe so you never miss fresh, body-loving wellness insights. 2, share this episode with someone who needs it today. 3, comment below and tell us what topics you'd love to hear next. Want to do even more? Check the description for ways to support the show. Stay curious, stay well, and we'll see you in the next episode.